Welcome to A Connection is a Connection, the show where we take a break from business talk and dive into the personal side of things. Today, we're sitting down with Dave Waltzer to uncover the stories, quirks, and passions that may make them tick. Let's have some fun and get to know them like never before. First, give a welcome to our guest, Dave Waltzer. Woo! We are here to keep it light and fun, so let's jump into some questions.
Cool.
Dave, before we get started, can you please give us a brief introduction about yourself?
Certainly. I grew up in the Boston area, Boston, Mass. Go Red Sox, Patriots, Celtics, Bruins, and any other Massachusetts team. I left where I'm from by joining the Air Force. I was not college material. I had gotten into the #1 business school in the country, and I failed out gloriously.
Wow.
If there was grades for the social aspect, I would have crushed that shit. But there isn't.
And that's why you do what you do today.
That's right. Those kids that got in trouble for talking in class, that's a good thing.
That's
So I went in the Air Force. I served one enlistment, 4.5 years. I extended my enlistment to come back from South Korea. So I got to go to exotic places like South Korea and Japan, and also got to see Texas and Mississippi, which was way more different from Boston than even Korea or Japan. It was wild.
Wow.
Got out. There was no jobs in the airline industry in the Boston area. So I moved to Colorado, to Denver, and they were concerned about Y2K, even though they were like, oh, you got everything we need. You're all good. I was like, yes. I was 24. I didn't know that all good actually meant we're not going to hire you until November of 1999, and this is September of 1998. So I answered an ad in the newspaper. It was like, it said, do you like to travel? Do you want to get paid what you're worth? Do you like talking to people? Do you want to set your own schedule? And I was like, yeah, I love all that. Let's do it. And it was selling windows and siding during the housing boom in the Denver area. So quickly I became an assistant manager, and then a sales manager, then a regional manager, then a national sales trainer, and all that fun stuff. It was a blast until our company got bought and chopped and sold. Shit happens. What can you do? So I got on with another company in the similar position, home improvements. It was great until 2009. Then nobody was improving a home.
Yeah.
They owed more than what it was worth at that point. So I did something else for a year or so, took a transfer down here, and that's how I got to Arizona. 2011 March.
That's amazing. We're so happy you're here.
Thank you.
And you're a Red Sox fan, I'm a Yankees fan, so I don't know how I feel about that. But let's hop into some questions.
You guys were really good last millennium. We got you this one.
Yeah, I'll give you that this time. All right, let's hop into some questions.
All right, Dave. You ready?
I'm ready.
All right. What's the worst outfit you've ever worn in public?
That's a good one. I usually don't wear outfits that are not good. Let me see. Probably one of those like college outfits, like hanging out too long, and there was a 7:30 a.m. class, probably like flip-flops and a pair of shorts and like a hoodie when it was like 25 degrees or something like that. That probably would have been the worst mismatch.
Yeah.
Okay. That's
just like the kids are wearing nowadays.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Well, I mean, everybody grows up different, and my family's Italian, and being a business person, one of the best things that I learned was dress for what you want to be and what you want to do, rather than who you are. So ever since I was in high school, I dressed as well as possible. Jeans and a clean t-shirt, or jeans and a button-up, or a polo, or something like that. And it really served me very well when I got into the business world, because I had no problem throwing a suit on or a tie or whatever.
Yeah. And so do you wear ties and a suit every day?
Every day.
That's awesome.
Not always a full suit, sometimes just a shirt and tie, when it's like 115 or something like that out here.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, totally. All right, next one. What's the one reality TV show that you'd absolutely dominate?
My gosh, that's a really good question. I used to be a huge TV person. I don't watch TV anymore.
Wow.
Yeah.
I've gone through, like everybody does, right? As we go through, we become better versions of ourselves.
Mhm.
And although I like catching a game or something once in a while, reality TV shows, I don't know, probably Apprentice I would have done good on.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah. What is your biggest addiction?
My biggest addiction is winning.
That's
Oh.
that's a fun addiction.
It is.
And you have the winning mindset, like a winner's mindset.
It's,
Yeah.
it's all about abundance. Like when I was younger, my definition of winning came from a place of scarcity, which is how I grew up. And that definition of winning is winning at all costs, no matter what, regardless of what it does or how it feels to somebody else. Because how free can I be with language?
Oh,
As real as you want.
Outstanding. Because my old attitude was, fuck you.
Hey.
I got this shit.
yeah.
And that is not the best attitude to have, especially being a Christian. Not really a good attitude, right? And when I got out here, God did amazing work just to get me here. I had the same dream 3 nights in a row of Jesus in the desert. I wasn't going to take the transfer down here, but after I had that dream 3 nights in a row, I was like, I guess I'm going. So
That's incredible.
so the mindset now is it's abundance, because that's the truth,
Yeah.
right? God is abundant. God is everywhere. God is love. No matter what somebody believes, whether it's Christianity, Judaism, Islam, Buddhism, Shintoism, any other kind of spiritualism, any of that, everybody's higher power is about love.
Yeah.
So there's like probably 4 or 5 billion of us, maybe more, right, that believe that. So that 1 must be true from a logical standpoint, and 2, and most importantly, is certainly true from a God standpoint. So my definition of winning now is bringing as many people along with me and helping them achieve whatever it is that they're working on as well.
That's incredible.
That's awesome.
yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Next one. Do you snore at night?
I believe so. I have been told.
We like to ask one.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
good to know. It's good to know.
Yeah. Here's a good one.
Mhm.
If aliens landed tomorrow and asked you to come with them, would you go? Why or why not?
That is a good question. Well, like part of me would like to go just to see what else is out there, but I've heard about the anal probing. I'm trying to not have that done if I can help it, so I might be like, nah, let me source you somebody else, and then they can let me know what's up.
Well, we have a special question that we ask each one of our guests.
Okay,
What are you doing for God?
everything. Living. My happy hour, I did that. I thought I did that to source leads. No. The night before that I did it, I was thinking about it and just writing different ideas. And in a dream, he said that is my ministry. A happy hour. Who knew?
Yeah.
So yeah, that's it. And you guys have been. It is a God-filled place, no matter where it's held. He blesses it. He blesses the introductions. He protects it. People honor each other there, no matter how different they are.
Yeah. And everyone feels like they belong.
Yeah, people have told me it feels like a hug from their nana or something, and that's really nothing to do with me, other than what God works through me. You know, I'm just a vessel. And yeah, he's kept me here through a bunch of stuff. There's like, oh my gosh, 10 times I think so far that I should have been dead already.
Wow.
So yeah, it's all about him. Literally the only reason I'm here is to continue to bring people together and bring people to him. It's kind of cool running a happy hour and having people find the Lord.
Yeah.
That's so beautiful.
It's just amazing, right? And then he, like, we all have different gifts. And I used to have one that I didn't appreciate. I wish I did, but that's okay. What I have now is much better. I used to have one of those, they talk about photographic memories. So those things are real. I had such a good one that I could walk into a place, walk out, and remember not only where everybody was, what they were talking about, but also what they were wearing, what they were eating, what it smelled like everything.
Wow.
I could recall everything. And then I was in an auto accident in '99 at 25, and I rolled a car doing over 80 miles an hour. I shouldn't be here, but I should.
Well, thank goodness you are.
Yeah, that was the first time that there was direct intervention, in my opinion, in my life that I could see. Because when I flipped the car, I was in midair and I was like, Jesus, I hope you're ready for me, because here I come. And I heard no. And I landed on all four wheels, side of the highway, crawled up this embankment, all like bleeding and stuff. And I got to the top, and there was these two kids like in a Jeep. They were like, dude, that was awesome. I'm like, yeah, I did it for you guys. I was like, you got a phone or something? I was like, can I plug this thing in? I got to call my office. And they're like, no. And then like another car pulled over, and I thought they were like old ladies. I'm 50 now. They were probably my age. But at 25, they looked like old ladies. And they let me use their power thing in the car, called my office, and let them know I wasn't going to make my appointment because my car was destroyed. And so I'm waiting for the ambulance because probably should seek medical attention. And the first person that got there was a state trooper. The next person was this guy in a Wrecker, and he pulled up, and he had black hair, curly down to like hair, really thick, tall guy. I'm 6'3", and this dude had to be at least 6'9". Probably 300 plus pounds. Pair of blue, dungaree overalls, no shirt. And he gets out and he looks down at the car and he asks the trooper, he's like, how many bodies in there? And the cop goes, nobody, just this guy right here. And he looks at me, and then he walks over to me and he puts his huge ass paw on my shoulder, boom. And he stares literally through me and he goes, son, you still have work to do.
Wow.
And I'll never forget the guy's eyes, because years later, that movie about the little boy, Heaven Can Made or Heaven something, the little blonde boy, he died and went to heaven, and he saw Jesus. And there's a drawing in the book that was written, and those were the same eyes that were looking at me September 19th, 1999. And I'm so stubborn that it still took till I got here, 2011, to really stop running from God and truly step into my purpose. And I wasn't ready before. Man, the more good that we do, the more people that we bring together in love, the more we get attacked by the adversary.
Yeah.
And God's real. So's that other fucking guy.
Yep.
And God gives strength and brings us through things like the footsteps thing, right? There's 4, there's whatever, and totally, he's carried me through some crazy ass shit that nobody else would have made it through. Like, I had a guy in high school try to shoot me.
Oh, wow.
And he was as close as we are right now. Pulled it up, pulled the trigger, and it jammed. And I dove around this corner. He got 2 shots off at me as I went around the corner. No reason for his gun to jam other than him. And that was the first time that I know that God saved my life for something. I know what it is now.
You have a purpose.
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
Wow, that's so incredible. I have the chills. That's amazing.
And we all have that purpose, and we all have that journey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We all have a different purpose.
Yeah.
And it gets brought out in different ways.
Yeah.
though.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
And Like being in the military, you know, when you read the Bible, like Joshua, right? When God's warriors, He picks certain of us that can put up with more stuff than others, that can have everything in your life taken away, including your family, and still keep going without regret or grumbling or any of that stuff. He has such an amazing purpose for all of us. We just have to submit.
Yes.
And that's not easy for guys, especially Boston.
Yeah.
Military veteran. Shit, are you kidding me? But it's very important, and not only to God, right? But when we, in our relationships too, we should at least be flexible with that person that we love, you know, that we've chosen or God has chosen for us to spend our life with. And that's a big thing too. Being closer to God has helped me with every other relationship. You know, being able to, so the gift that He took away because of the accident, right? Way better one. That one I used selfishly to pass school, pick up girls when I was younger, all that kind of stuff. So I can remember everything they said. Very impressive. But He took that away. So I was abusing it.
Yeah.
But what I have now is way better. So being able to actually see somebody, doesn't matter what they say, doesn't matter what they're wearing, doesn't matter what they do. I see them. All of them, good and bad. And I can help those spots. Or He'll direct somebody, you know, it's just amazing to be able to do that. And then have fun while doing it.
Yeah,
Right?
exactly. Exactly. And you make
Totally.
great people while doing it. too.
Amazing people. Oh my gosh. I, man, as like a kid growing up, I couldn't even have dreamed of the people that I've got to meet.
That's amazing.
And the people that are like just in my phone that are friends and stuff. I had a phone stolen a few years ago, and I had to call like some senators and congressmen and C-level execs of major corporations and some other people. Hey, sorry, a phone got stolen. Your cell's out there. And it couldn't have even dreamt, you know, to make it out here and to be blessed to do the stuff that I do.
He has a plan for you.
Always does.
It's not over.
No, not even
Not
close.
even
No.
close.
Not even close.
Wow, it's incredible.
Yep.
Well, we have some more fun questions.
Love it.
What is the funniest or craziest thing you've ever done?
There was a lot.
Give us a couple.
All right, statute of limitations on some. Let me think about it. Well, I would say, I mean, yeah, it was pretty crazy. When I was younger, jumping off of anything in the water was great. I'll still do it. But like, there was this bridge in New Hampshire that we'd hop off of, and it was like 90 feet up, which is a good jump. And the water was only like, I don't know how deep it was, 10-ish feet. And you had to hit a spot in the river specifically, or else it was too shallow. And so nobody died when I went, but always, every summer, a couple of people would either die or be permanently paralyzed from jumping into that spot. And I did it a few
Wow.
times. Yeah. It was a blast.
Oh my
Um,
gosh, that's awesome.
Another crazy thing was the second time I had a gun pulled on me by somebody. I told them, go ahead, do it. And the guy was like, huh?
Yep.
And he literally like ran away. It was so
Yeah.
funny. I'm like, really, bro? I'm like, you got the gun.
You have the gun.
Yeah,
I'm not the
what are
one
you
with
doing?
it. Wow.
Well, shoot, how many times have you had a gun pulled on?
Only like 3.
Oh,
three's
yeah,
enough.
yeah,
Three's
yeah, yeah.
enough.
Well, by the police a couple of times, but by another person, 3 times. Yeah.
Oh goodness. Oh my goodness.
Shit happens.
Oh, well, here's a good one. If you got arrested with no explanation, what would your friends and family assume you did?
The old me, they would have assumed it was some sort of gangster shit.
Oh yeah.
The new me, they would think it was the FBI coming after me for something. Although I don't do it, anything illegal or anything like that. Back to winning, right? You can do anything that you want to win as long as it doesn't violate the laws of God or man.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
true though.
Mhm.
Okay, if you could leave one lasting impression on everyone you meet, what would it be?
I already do.
You do. You do.
And it's like the best way to describe it, I guess, is people being able to feel God's presence or love. Like at the happy hour, a lot of times in person, I call it taps. The gift that I have now, other than the sight thing, in vision, and it works when I'm consulting with CEOs or startups or whatever. I can see really far. He's given me a great vision to see somebody's company all the way to the end, and also their life and some other stuff. But yeah, it's just cool. I love being able to have people interact with me and leave them better.
Yeah.
Like
And you
one of
leave
the,
such an impression on people. Like,
thank you.
Yeah.
Like one of the things he does, and at first I didn't do it because, like, really at heart, I was like a shy kid, and it doesn't serve me. Can't be shy preaching or talking or meeting and sharing God with people. You have to be bold.
yeah.
Mhm.
Not everybody receives it the way in which you would think they should, right?
So true.
So I call it taps. Like I'll be walking by somebody, or I'll be in a restaurant. I was in a restaurant the other day, and God tapped me to go say something to somebody. So I went over, and this guy was sitting at a table by himself, and I sat down, and I introduced myself, and he's like, and then I just said stuff. I don't even know what I said, but the guy started tearing up, and he gave me like a huge hug, and he's like, "Thank you, brother. I was praying." He's like, "I can't believe that you knew what I was praying about." I said, "I don't know anything, but I'm a vessel for him." And that's it. Just happens.
It does.
And I don't resist it. I just go.
And it's God talking when you're talking.
Totally,
Yeah.
it totally is. He's just
Totally.
using me as a vessel. It happens at the happy hour all the time. People I don't know why I came, and I'm like, you know what? And I'll just say whatever he taps me to say, and it's awesome.
That's
So-
beautiful.
So a lasting impression would be, people being able to feel. A lot of times people just feel it as like positivity or acceptance or something like that. But those of us that believe and know what they're feeling, just a little inkling of God.
Totally.
Just a little drop can go a long
Yeah.
way.
Yeah.
It's interesting because my daughter and I were talking about that. We talk about that all the time, and we say if we can even plant a little tiny seed, but just the feeling that you look when and I do more taxi, and I look at it and I'm like, that's not me talking. Like that is so not me.
Right?
But it's just that feeling. Like you look at it and wow, he's really working
He's within
through me.
you.
Yeah,
Yes.
totally.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
that's so amazing that you
Yeah.
can do that too.
Thanks.
That's like super special.
It is.
Wow. Would you choose faith over fear, and why?
Always. Every day. Fear is false evidence appearing real. Bullshit. It's of the adversary. You can keep that shit.
You
I-
had that
Yeah.
gun to your
I
head.
don't accept it ever.
Yeah.
I've had other stuff happen. There's no reason to be afraid. What are they going to do?
Yeah.
Even if they take my life. Then I get to hang out with God faster.
Yeah.
I get to chill with Jesus and ask him some other questions and stuff, There's nothing to be afraid of. And when that pops up, you're on the right track. Because that's the other guy trying to stop you from a blessing, or stop you from blessing somebody else, or stop you from fulfilling your purpose. Nah, fuck that. Get out of my way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm with him.
Yep.
And he's with me.
Yes.
So
Love that.
Yeah.
What is the funniest?
You did that one?
What is the funniest or craziest thing you've ever done?
Oh yeah, we talked about
Yeah,
that.
we did this one. What's a secret fear you have that you've never admitted to anyone?
I don't have any
You seem
secret
pretty
fears.
fearless.
I did, and still, I'll say that me as a person, I still have this, although I don't act on it, the fear of public speaking.
No way.
I was so terrible in high school. Holy cow, it was horrible. Anytime we had like an oral report and stuff, I would do all the research. I was so bad at speaking. I would get up there and I'd be like all sweaty and turn red and like kind of stammering and stuttering and all that stuff. And my teacher would be like, all right, so you got a D. And I would meet with him after and I'd be like, oh, I understand, I bombed it. So you gave us all this stuff to cover. I did this, yeah, I did this, this, yep, this, yep, this, yep. So I missed that. Looks like I had an A actually. And they would always end up giving me a B. But I had to go negotiate my grade because I was not a good speaker. And it terrified me. And I do the same thing before I speak, even today. I say almost exactly the same prayer as when I first was made to. I didn't have a choice. I had to speak. I was had gotten my insurance license and I was new with the company and I did really well my first quarter. We were at our company event and the senior vice president of the company was like, you're speaking tomorrow morning at like 10 a.m. or 11 a.m. or whatever it was. And I was like, ah. He's like, you are? I was like, no, maybe you didn't hear me. I'm not. He's like, yes, you're speaking in front of the company. I was like, what happened, bro? I'm not doing it. I don't do that. I'm terrible at that. I'm going to embarrass you. I'm going to embarrass me. I'm going to embarrass the CEO. It's not going to happen.
Wow.
And he was like, well, it is going to happen. We drove out here from Denver together and your ass is walking back if you don't get on the stage.
No.
And I was like, okay, I don't have a choice. So I was like shaking and sweating. Oh my gosh, I was like, and I just said a prayer. And I was like, Jesus, please pull me out of this and just fill me with the Holy Spirit to be a vessel of your message to these people. Let my words be your words and let it come through and benefit however it is that they need. Amen. And then I hit the stairs and I crushed it.
You brought that energy.
And he did. I literally, it was crazy. It still happens when I speak today. I watch myself. And then I watch the audience. Like how they react and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Sometimes they laugh, sometimes they cry. Sometimes something hits them like a bolt of lightning. And they come running up to ask me or talk to me about something afterwards. But I would like just watch myself. I don't even remember what I say most of the time. I gotta watch footage of it. I'm like, ooh, wow.
That's awesome. That is so awesome. Well, that's it for the questions. Thank you so
Cool.
much.
You're welcome.
Dave, thank you for being here. It was
welcome.
such a pleasure to have you as a guest.
Yeah, thank you for inviting. Thanks for having me.
Thank you for coming.
Yeah.
Can you give us a 30-second commercial of what you do and how people can connect with you?
Certainly. I do a ton of stuff, mostly financial. I work with Arrive Financial Services. We do estate planning and any kind of life insurance, also annuities. We can also help with tax, strategies and stuff like that. I'm one of the execs of LendReady and CF2O services. So if your business needs money, resources, people, or system, I can help with that. And I run and founded Wicked Awesome Happy Hour, which is always the third Wednesday of the month from 6 to 9 p.m. at a local spot to help local support our peeps. And this month, on the 29th, I'll be launching the first Wicked Awesome Happy Hour in Europe. I'll be in Basel, Switzerland.
Nice.
So exciting.
Yeah, you guys heard it here first.
So exciting. That is so awesome. Well, thank you so much, Dave, and stay tuned for the next interview.